time results? No.
Have you ever wondered why the number 7 is so important in our lives? 7 deadly sins, 7 colours of the rainbow. There's even 7 Roman numerals. Well, I can reveal to you today the reason for this, and it's embedded in religion. Not any of the religions that you're familiar with, but in the faith of the 7. Now, if you haven't heard of the faith of the 7, then you haven't seen the writings of the great prophet George R.R. Martin, who brought to us in his holy writings and his holy moving pictures details about the faith of the 7 that is embedded in our culture, but we didn't know. Now, if you're an unbeliever and don't know about the faith of the 7, it's the worship of one true God who has 7 personalities or 7 different faces. And you seek guidance from God depending on your circumstances at the time. So, for example, if you're looking for leadership guidance, if you're looking for justice, then seek the guidance of the Father. Whereas if you're looking for compassion and mercy seek guidance from the Mother. If you are looking for courage, pray to the warrior for bravery for the battles that you're going to fight and to win. The maiden represents innocence and purity. The smith, and we're interested in the smith in IT because that represents skills, so pray for your exam results. The crone represents wisdom and knowledge. I've used some Games of Thrones characters here to represent that. The stranger represents death and finality. Now, what I'm going to prove to you is that the faith of the 7 has influenced and has embedded itself in IT management frameworks. And I'm going to use the 7 frameworks of IT management to prove this to you. And I'm going to start with the prince that was promised. And the prince, but before I get on to that, I would like to have 7 minutes. But unfortunately, the Red Priest of Westeros has only given me 5, so I can only give you a couple of examples out of each of these frameworks. And I'm going to start with the prince that was promised, Prince 2, that has totally absorbed the concept of the 7 through its 7 principles, its 7 themes, and its 7 processes. So to take for an example out of this, in terms of the themes, the crone represents the theme of the business case, that wisdom and knowledge is there. The quality theme, pray to the smith to achieve the skills and the outcome. In the process, directing a process shows the leadership of the father. Closing a project, pray for a dignified end to your project, unnecessary early. In COVID, there are 7 components or 7 enablers from a different version. And in this, then the crone supports the information enabler. 7 guiding principles in ITIL. Progress iteratively, pray to the warrior who's well aware of progress one battle at a time. Keep it simple and practical, as comes from the maiden. There are 7 steps of order. Cotter got it wrong. He mixed 2 of them up. A sense of urgency, pray to the warrior to achieve that, and the actions, pray to the smith. There are 6 principles in ISO 38500. You see, the stranger we're allowed to leave out because the stranger represents the death of the organisation. Otherwise, human behaviour, pray to the mother. There are 6 maturity levels. We haven't got a maturity level called compassionate yet, so the mother is left out. But be wary of maturity level 0, unperformed. The stranger is lurking. 7 levels of competence in Sophia. But we progress through those several levels from maiden to the end. But it doesn't end there. Maybe it infiltrates our society even more than we imagine.